There's no way to date ancient stone artifacts or ancient stone structures other than carbon date things that's left over. This is a Maya style bowl that was used to grind up corn. How old is it? Well, we're not sure. This one was being used to make tortillas in 1971 in a little village in Mexico, and when it was acquired by a collector. Is it made in 1960, or is it from 19th century, or could it be hundreds of years old? There's no way to tell. It's been used. The problem is the archaeologists date things via carbon dating of things that's found around whatever they're trying to date that is made out of stone. What is really happening is it is stuff that is left there by the last person that didn't clean up after themselves, say in a stone structure. There was one cave that had a bunch of items that they dated between 5,000 to 6,000 years old, and so therefore they date the cave, or it was man-made, to being 6,000 years old. But that was just because that's what they found there. It happens to be stuff that didn't get cleaned up by the next person who lived there, or nobody stayed there again. If you had a house, we're changing, let's think about this. If you had a house, you walked in, you don't know how old it is, and you look for objects in it and say, oh, I found myself a 1952 television. So therefore, the house has to be 1952. Or say a newspaper stuffed into the wall that date from 1920. Well, then they could say the house is dated 1920. But one of two things. One, it could be made before that, and that's just stuff that was left over. Or two, somebody later brought into a more modern house old stuff and left it. There's no real way to date stone objects like this one. And I find it kind of interesting is how many trained archaeologists will tell you that this stone wall had to be built by so-and-so in 2,000 years ago because of artifacts we found that we could date. Well, not necessarily. It could be older, much, much older, maybe even 10,000 years. Or it could be a lot newer and somebody dropped something and that's what they dated. Anyway, this is just food for thought. Ron Rubel for Ron Rubel Wanderings Museum. Have a good day.